Morning. I didn't think I'd have to do one of these again, or I actually hoped I didn't have to do one of these again, but the Chancellor has made a recent announcement about changes to the support packages after it's come under a bit of pressure from various parties to support businesses and the economy a bit further. So I thought I'd put something together for you to digest and to break it down in a little bit more simplistic terms. I'm quite disappointed that, again, there's no support for myself as a business owner or you guys as business owners. They've put some support in for just about every other sector really other than ourselves, but we are where we are, and I expected nothing different. So there's a few things that he's done and a few things I'd like to cover, so I'll go through the easy ones first. This is probably one more for people that you know as opposed to you, but what they've done is they've extended the self-employed grants for a further 6 months. So there'll be two payments coming out later throughout the next 6 months. I'm guessing the first will be in January, February, and the second probably later in 2021. The grant can be claimed even if you haven't claimed the grants in phase 1, phase 2. It's all claimed in the usual way, but one of the changes is it's being capped at 20% of your average profits. And it's been capped to a maximum of £1,875. So there's a little bit of support for the self-employed there. So I don't know if you want to pass that on to your friends and colleagues, subcontractors or anything like that. It might just be a little bit of knowledge for them. In terms of the support that we've kind of got in terms of the loans, everything's a loan for the business owner. There's been no real cash injection since the £10,000 grants. But yes, the C-bills and bounce back loans have both been extended the applications have both been extended to the end of November. But what they have done is they have increased the period to 10 years. So I suspect you'll be able to negotiate those with the high street banks. You'll have to contact your provider for that. The bounce back loan should be relatively straightforward because that's all high street banks, but your C-bills, if you haven't gone through a high street bank, I really wouldn't expect that you'd be able to increase the term, because at the moment there's no incentive for the lenders to increase the term. They've already got you on the books for a set amount of period, so I can't see any reason why they would do that, but I might be wrong and there may be some sort of incentive. The other thing they have done is they've put in options to pay 6 months interest only throughout the loan, and they've allowed you to do that on 3 separate occasions, so there's a little bit of cash flow support there. Same rules apply as before. 25% of turnover, 250,000 will be guaranteed by the government. The government will pay the first 12 months interest, but anything above the 250,000 you will be asked to secure. What else have we got? The VAT deferral. Okay, so one of the things they did do to support us was put a VAT deferral in to take out one of the periods which was then due for repayment on the 31st of March 2021. That is no longer the case. You can now spread that out over an 11-month period starting from April 2021. So there's a little bit of a cash injection there, but one of the things you will have to do is you will have to opt into that. That won't be a given. How we do that, we've absolutely no idea, but I suspect that the communication will come out in early 2021. For self-employed and for directors and for PA self-assessments, the 1920 tax return that was due for payment in January 2021 has been given a 12-month time to pay. So again, you have to contact HMRC to do that. There'll be no automatic opt-in. You will have to go through that yourselves in the usual way. And then the temporary VAT's been extended as well. So the 5% reduction for the hospitality industry for food and non-alcoholic drinks and accommodation has been extended to the 31st of March 2021. So on to the new job support scheme, which I'm delighted he introduced. Obviously, following the challenges of furlough and things, they've decided to reinvent themselves in a new way. Personally, I can't see how many people will benefit from it. It does seem very much like a PR orientated statement and support mechanism, but nevertheless it is there. So just to reiterate, your September and October furlough money will be paid as before, and it obviously reduces, I think, from 70% in September to 60% in October. And you're obviously still responsible for the pension contributions and the national insurance. So you just apply for that in the same way. So the job forms will continue to come out and you continue to make your applications. So from the 1st of November, I'm just going to read this straight off the sheet because it's much easier. 1st November 2020, for 6 months, the government will top up wages of those employees working shorter hours than their normal hours. So the employees must work 33% of their usual hours, and for every hour not worked, the government will pay 33% of the employee's usual pay, capped at 697.92 pence per month, and the employer must cover 33% of the usual pay as well. The employee must not be on redundancy. The monies will be reimbursed in arrears. The employer must have a UK PAYE scheme. And basically you can still claim the job retention grant in 2021. So it's just a little thing. I'm not entirely sure how this will work. I'm not entirely sure how it'll all come together, but more detail will be released through October, no doubt. So yeah, not particularly a great scheme in my opinion, but there we go. One good thing that has come out recently, and that's from the LEP, and it's something you need to act on quickly. There is a grant between £1,000 and £3,000 to cover digital, legal, HR, financial, health and safety, or other consulting advice or minor equipment required to adapt to COVID-19. So there's a grant available from the LEP. The applications go live on the 30th of September. And they are only open until the 5th of October, so you've only got a couple of days. So in this video, I will provide you with the link to the site to make your application. Demand will be high. There's no two ways about it. There's a set amount of funds, and it'll become on basic. It's going to become a selling pitch. Who's been affected the worst by COVID? So what you've got to do is you've got to make a descriptive process of the clear impact that COVID's had on your business. What your funding request is proposed to do and how it's to counteract that, and basically how it's going to go to support your business to long-term survival. There's no guarantee you'll get it. A couple of criteria that you do need to fill in there. You have to have less than 250 employees. You can't be in the agriculture, fishing, banking, insurance, tobacco, construction or decommission of nuclear power station. You can't be in any of those sectors. You can't be part of a franchise. You have to have traded within the West or North Yorkshire. You have to be traded for at least 6 months, and you have to have a bank account. Yeah, so basically what it's saying is the claims will all be paid out by 2021. And that's basically what it's saying there. So it's working with an organisation called UMI Commercial Limited, and they'll be the ones responsible for delivering the scheme. So there's something in there. So again, I'll enclose that link. It's worth an application. Probably take half an hour or so, but it could end up with you £1,000 and £3,000, and you can use that with ourselves. You can use it for HR. You can use it for health and safety. You can use it for all sorts of things. I think that about wraps it up for today. As always, we're here to help you in any way we can. We're in this together, so I hope you and your families stay safe. Take care. Thank you.